into one of the most urgent challenges of our time: digital inequality in education. Technology has transformed how we live, learn, and communicate. It connects people across continents, opens doors to endless information, and creates new ways to express creativity and innovation. But while technology moves forward, not everyone is moving with it. For millions of students around the world, the simple act of connecting to the internet remains out of reach. Imagine trying to do homework without access to online resources or missing out on classes because you can join a video call. This isn't just a technical issue, it's a human one. Because in today's world, being disconnected means being left behind. Is the difference between opportunity and exclusion.
The digital divide isn't just about having or not having a computer or a smartphone. It's about who can fully participate in modern education and who can't. Some students use technology to create apps, design digital art, learn coding, and explore the world through virtual classrooms. They're building the skills that will define the future. But others, often in rural or low-income communities, struggle to download a single file or access basic online lessons. For them, the internet is a distant luxury, not a daily tool. This invisible line between the connected and the disconnected defines who moves forward and who falls behind. It's a divide that shapes not only education but also confidence, curiosity, and future possibilities. Because when access is unequal, opportunity is unequal too.
In pandemic, the world witnesses this inequality like never before. When schools closed and learning shifted online, education didn't stop. But not everyone could log in. For some students, learning continued through laptops or stable connection. For others, lessons became impossible. In rural areas, for example, some families had to share one phone among several children. Others relied on printed worksheets or radio programs just to keep up. Teachers, too, face huge challenges trying to reach students who had no access to the tools needed to learn. It wasn't about a lack of effort or motivation. It was about access. And, and that lack of access widened that educational gap that already existed. The pandemic didn't create the digital divide. It revealed it, and it made it impossible to ignore.
When students can't access technology, it's not just their education that suffers, it's their future. Digital skills are now essential for almost every aspect of life, from communication and collaboration to finding jobs, managing finances, and even participating in democracy. Without these skills, young people risk being left out of the digital economy entirely. Imagine a world where the next generation can't compete because they never had the tools to learn. Digital inequality today becomes social and economic inequality tomorrow. And if we don't act, we risk creating a future where talent is wasted simply because opportunity wasn't equally distributed.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal for Quality Education calls for inclusive and equitable learning opportunities for all. But how can we talk about quality or equality if millions of students remain offline? In today's world, access to technology has become part of what it means to learn. A good education is no longer just about books or classrooms. It's also about connectivity, digital literacy, and access to digital resources. Teacher training is essential too, so educators can confidently use digital tools to engage, motivate, and inspire students. SDG 4 reminds us that education in the 21st century must be both inclusive and digital. If we want every child to learn, we must also make sure every child can connect.
SDG number 10, Reduce Inequalities, focuses on making societies fair and inclusive. When digital tools are limited only to those who can afford them, inequality grows deeper. The digital divide doesn't just separate individuals, it separates communities and entire nations. Bridging this divide means giving everyone, regardless of income, gender, or geography, equal access to the opportunities technology provides. Equal access to the internet, to devices, and to digital education means equal chances to learn, to work, and to thrive. In the end, bridging the digital divide isn't only about technology, it's about justice, dignity, and fairness.
So, how do we close the gap? First, by ensuring that every school, urban or rural, has reliable and affordable internet access. Infrastructure is the foundation of inclusion. Second, by providing devices and learning resources so that every student can participate, not just those who can afford it. Third, by investing in teacher training and ongoing digital education programs. Technology should empower teachers, not overwhelm them. Fourth, by developing inclusive digital content that reflects diverse cultures, languages, and needs. And finally, by creating national and global policies that put equality at the heart of digital transformation. Closing the digital gap isn't just a technical task, it's a moral commitment.
A shared responsibility. Governments, companies, and communities all share this responsibility. Private sectors can support through innovation and donations. Schools can create programs for digital literacy. And we, as individuals, can raise awareness and advocate for digital inclusion. Because access to technology shouldn't depend on where you live or how much you earn.
The future of education depends on closing the digital gap. When every student can connect, learn, and create, we move closer to a world that is more equal, more informed, and more human. Technology has the power to unite, but only if we make the power available to everyone. Let's bridge the digital divide for education, for equality, and for the future.